What's up, guys? Today, show you how to fix a leaky house spigot that's coming into the foundation. So as you can see here, we have 1/2 inch copper going into the spigot. So obviously, in order to crank that thing loose, I had to start turning on it to see if the threads would break loose. Obviously, I don't know who put this in, but they sweated that in there so it would not turn. So that's my first attempt to get it off, and then once the copper pipe tweaks, as you can see up in the top right corner, that's why I'm cutting it off, to replace everything with a shark bite and new copper. You don't necessarily have to replace it if the spigot breaks loose, but in this case it didn't. So as you can see right there, it's bent and twisted, so I had to replace it. And for me to get it out of the hole of the house, I had to cut this elbow off to get it out of the hole. So as you can see here, I have a new spigot, same size, threaded, 1/2 inch. The copper pipe's actually 3/4, but it's soldered on to a 1/2 inch thread male. And then the shark bite right here is a shark bite 90, 1/2 inch to 1/2 inch. So all I need is a elbow and a straight shark bite. Well, here I'm pipe threading on the spigot threads, the male threads that are going to go into the female 1/2 inch adapter. I wrap it 3 or so times. Make sure you wrap your thread tape righty-tighty, so when you start to thread this on, you can see that the thread tape will go with the adapter here. It's a lot easier to thread. Make sure that you're not cross-threading and getting it tight when it's down and not up in the floor joists. So you can see there's the old one I already cut off, but that's me pulling it out. And so that's the old one. It had a leak apparently, and then that's a new one. You can see here my new one's a 12 inch and the old one looks like a 10 inch, but I knew I had a lot of room down below, so I wasn't really worried about those 2 inches. I'd rather get too much and be able to get the threads and get the shark bite in there than not enough. So put it in the side of the house here, and then it's a lot easier to work with the shark bite and everything when you have resistance inside. So I was going to go ahead and anchor it into the house. Now when you're putting these screws in, be careful. I mean, I'm using the old screws and the old holes, but these are 2.5 inch screws, and be careful that your angle of the screw is not going into that pipe, because if you screw those screws into the pipe, that sucks. So here's a shot of the new spigot, and with the 1/2 inch shark bite adapter. So any hardware store is going to sell 10-foot sticks of copper pipe, but they also sell like 1 or 2 foot sections of copper pipe. I found a 2-foot section of 1/2 inch copper pipe, so I got that. It's a lot easier to work with, a lot cheaper when you buy it. Instead of buying 10 feet, you only need, as you can see here, I only need like 6-8 inches. So I'm lining this up, putting the 90 close to where it's going to sit, and marking it with my thumb. Normally you probably want to use a Sharpie or something to make sure that you get that as close as you can, because once you put it in a shark bite, unless you have the shark bite removers, it's tough. It's really hard to get off. So make sure that you measure the pipe you cut before you cut it. So as you can see here, shark bites are the best in the world because you just literally push them on, slip it on. When you cut it, make sure you don't have any burrs on the end. It's pretty easy with these cutters to make sure that you don't have burrs or anything sticking out. But after that, you just plug and play, slip it on, and here's the new fitting into the new 1/2 inch copper pipe. So pretty quick, simple job, as you can see here. But yeah, it turned out really nice, didn't leak. So if you have any questions or comments, let me know. Thanks.